Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you're watching me from. And I welcome you to today's session. And for today's session, we'll be talking about conditional formatting. And it can be found in the Home tab. We have different tabs in here. If you come to the Home tab, there's conditional formatting in here. And that is what we use to, it basically is just used to highlight cells. It easily spots trend and patterns for you in your data sets using different kind of formatting types like bars, colors, icons to visualize, highlight important values that you want based on the desired factor or desired numbers that you've already set. So we have different types of conditional formatting. We have the value-based, formula-based, and then the format-based. Those are the major three conditional formatting types we have. Value-based formatting, value-based formatting. We have the formula-based formatting, and then we have the format-based formatting. Yeah. Value-based formatting allows you to work with numbers and in essence is basically on highlight sales rules, and it ensures that you can be able to highlight sales that are greater than or lesser than, right, or equal to, depending on the kind of scenarios you're interested in. And then the formula-based formatting, this allows you to write formula for your formatting, right? And then in here you can come to new rule and then come to the use formula to determine put your equal to and then type in your formula. Then formats, so the format cells here is just helps you to allow you to fill, probably I want a fill color, I want a font color, border color, number, and then you can okay that. So that is what formula formatting helps you to do. Then we also, the third type is a format-based formatting. So the format-based formatting in essence helps you to highlight cells based on formatting, such as I want to change the font color, I want to change the cell background. And if you notice the this format-based formatting is in font color red, while this is in a background blue. So those are the things that format-based formatter can help you to do. So format your cells, like I want to change the font color, I want to change the cells background, I want to do some designs to my cells fonts or background. So those are the things format-based formatting does for yours. So those are the three types, right? The three types of conditional formatting. Those are the three types we have. So there are also something to note in conditional formatting. You can create new rule in addition with what you've done. You can clear rules and you can manage rules. So let's assume that I've created some rules before and I want to delete it. I will come to clear rules and I only see, probably I want to select the cells I want to clear from, or from the entire sheet, or from the whole table. So depending on the type that you're interested in. And then we also have manage rules. So when you click on manage rules, inside there you can do a lot of things. You can create new rule. You can edit rule, you can delete rule, and you can duplicate rule. Because we've not added anything here, that's why it's just showing blank. But let's try to do a simple formatting here. So let's select by using a shift end and down arrow, and then come to conditional formatting. I would like to format this profit where profit is greater than 200. I want to format it in green. So I highlight it and say greater than 200. I want it to be a green field. So, and I okay that. So you see that all the profits that are greater than 200 are now highlighted in green. So the same, I can also do another formatting and say less than, all right? So lesser than, let's say 20, right? Lesser than 20, let it be red fill color. And that is it. You see that every of the profit that is lesser than 20 has been filled with red color. So these are format-based formatting, right? They are format-based formatting, and we can also call it a value-based formatting. All right. So with this, you can also manage your rule. Maybe I just want to change this lighter shade of green to deeper, this lighter shade of red to deeper. Then we can come to conditional formatting and then manage rules. So under our manage rules, you select and then edit. You see that because we don't have some formattings in here, all these ones are not grayed out again. So you can create new rules, you can edit, you can delete, you can duplicate. So if I click on this and I duplicate it, it will reflect. All right. So if I click duplicate, you see that it has duplicated itself. But let me delete it. So we have these two rules. So I want to change this lighter shade of red to deeper. Same thing with this to deeper. So I click on edit rules and I come to my format. So you see that this is already showing you a rule description where cell value lesser than 20. So let's come to our formats and I need my fill color to be red. So I have my fill color to be red in here. And then you can change your border, your fonts and the likes, right? And here, I don't want my cell color, font color rather. I don't want it to be red. Let me just make it white, right? Yeah. Well, let's see how it will look like. Let me, okay, so you see. So this is it, and then you okay. It has changed to deeper red, and let's change this green to deeper gray. So same thing, come to formats, then my fill color. I'm taking this deeper green, and this let me pick a whiter, yeah, lighter shade and okay. So you see that this has already changed to and I okay. So the next thing is to ensure that you apply. Make sure you apply because if you're not applying, it will not reflect. After applying, you okay, and you see that it has changed from that color to the nearest color. So let's move to exercise 2. In here, we have 6 tasks that needs to be done, and we'll be doing this together. So the first one is use a green fill for cells in the sales column. This is a sales column that are greater than the corresponding value in the target column, and this is our target column. So in essence, these have to be iterated. So it has to check target of this and check it against the sales. If the sales is greater, then use a green. It comes to the next one. If this one is greater than this, if this one is greater than this. So it's not that we have a predefined target already. No, if it's a predefined target already now, we'll just have to fix this, right, in our formula. We just have to fix it and ensure that it is not moving. But right now, we want it to iterate and check it against the corresponding value, right? So we select the whole of this sales column. I come to conditional formatting. And then we say, okay, where this is greater than. So instead of picking this 14,000, which is just the false value, we say equal to, right, this, our J2. So you just check each of the J2. But here you see that it is fixed, it is locked, right? But we don't want it to be locked. So you can ensure that it is only selecting J2. So just remove this and then let's type in J2 hard. And then we want it to be filled with red color. So let's pick green fill and then okay. So all our cells that are greater than the target are now filled with green. The same thing can be done for lesser than, which is the second task. It says use a red fill for cells in the sales column that are less than the corresponding value in the target column. So let's do the same thing and pick less than. Right? And we're not using default 2, we're using this J2 by ensuring that we're not fixing the J2. So that's so that it can iterate over each of the cells. So this is already on red fill. You can leave that and you can also custom it based on what you want. But it's okay for now. Then the third one says apply data bars to the sales column to visually represent the sales amount. And this can be done by just creating a chart, a bar chart inside our column right in there. And it will help us to understand how each sales our products or region is performing, right, compared to other. So inside here, we'll come to our data bar. So under our data bar, we have 2 types. So we have the gradient field and then we have the solid field. So if you notice that I'm hovering on it, the way this field are coming up is different. You see that if it's gradient field, it's coming from a light, darker shade of a color to a lighter shade. And if you're coming to gradient is just a unique uniform color, right? So if I click on, let me select this gradient field. You notice that it's coming from the deeper shade of blue to the lighter shade of blue, right? And that is how it says for all the other cells. And immediately you can actually see which of the cells which of the product or region has the highest sales. You see that this is a full bar. This is let's check the lowest bar. See that this 7,000 is the lowest bar. So easily you can just detect, but if you're just seeing number like this, you have to now scroll up and down to see which one is the lowest, which one is the highest. By conditional format, it can just help you to detect a lot of pattern in your data set easily without going through the stress of checking it one after the other. So let's go to the fifth one rather. It says, okay, yeah, use a color scale on the sales column to show the range of sales performance. So to show the performance of a column of a sales or profit or the likes using conditional formatting, there's something we call color scale. This looks like an heat map, right? And the heat map easily helps you to detect the highest, the lowest value in a range of cells. So let's just, instead of using this cell, because we already have three formatting here, let's just make use of this like this. Shift and down arrow, and then conditional formatting color scale. So if you notice, you see the difference with data bar. Did you see? So let's pick this green, yellow, red. So it tells you that from green, apply a color gradient to a range of cells. The color indicates where its sales value falls within that range. So within this range of data, right, the green shows that there is an highest value. Then when you come down, so then you see yellow. Yellow is then next to green. Then red is the lowest value. So it's just like a gradient of colors to show how your values are falling or increasing in the range of data. So if I select this green, yellow, red, you see easily the deeper green will show you that, oh, this is the highest easily. And then coming to 20,000, this is still D, 18,000 is still D, 19,000 is D, yeah. Then you come to yellow, you see that yellow, we have 16,000, we have 15,000, 18,000, 15, that. And easily you can detect the deepest red, yeah. And this is a 7,000, which is very deep, right? So it's just helping to understand that this is the lowest target given to the West region for product B. So easily you can detect insights, you can get insights from your data set using conditional formatting. And then the fifth tag says use a red field to highlight products where the sales is less than the targets. So in here now, we are not highlighting any of this. We are coming to the product. So it says where the sales rather is less than the target. I want to fill the product cell with red. So we select this and we'll be making use of formula because we have to check this against this. And for us to do that, a formula would help us to do that. So we come to conditional formatting and you can select new rule. Under your new rule, you see different kind of rule type. We need a formula. You see this last one says use a formula to determine which cells to format. And in here, we put a formula equal to, every formula starts with equal to. So equal to, right, where sales targets, right, is lesser than, right, targets. So, but this is also fixed. As I've said earlier, we actually do not want it to be fixed. We want it to iterate each of the cells, come to the next one, come to the next one, come to the next one. But if it's fixed, if it's locked like this, it won't be able to move. So let's clear this up and say I2 lesser than J2. I2 lesser than J2, right? And then we format it. The tag says we should use what? A red fill. So let's format this and put a red fill, right? That's okay. And this is a preview. When we okay, you see that the products that their sales is lesser than the target. That is, they are not meeting up the target set for them. So these products are not doing too good, right, for those regions. So it just easily helps to determine that. And the last one says we should use a unique fill color for each region. That one is just simple. So in essence, you're just using equal to. So where region is equal to north, let me use this fill color. Where it is equal to south, I want to use another color. Where it is equal to east, I want to use another color. So basically, we just select that too. And then we come to conditional formatting, highlight cells, and equal to. So we select this equal to. And then we say notes. So where it is, but just ensure that what you are typing is the same thing as what's inside your cell here. Because if you're just typing, you see that it's not recognizing that. If you're typing capital and then putting space or something, it will not recognize it. So just ensure that you're using the right thing that is inside your range of cells. And then they, okay, let me use green fill here, right? And then another one is when it is equal to south. Let's try to use custom formats. Let's use a custom format. Let's try to, okay. Okay, so let me see. I prefer this color. I want my font color. Oh, no. Then let's just fill color, no color. So I want my font color to be purple, right? I want it to be bold italics, right? Okay, you see the preview, how it will look like. So my cells, all the cells will look like this when I okay. And okay, you see the color is giving us now. Can you see? That is quite different from the fill background, right? And this is what I told you, what I said the other time about format-based formatting. It can be fill and it can be font color, right? So you notice that this is filled and this is like cell background. It's not a cell background, changing the cell background. And while the south is just font color and the star. So the last, yeah, okay. So you can actually try for east and then for west. You can try various formatting that you would like on east and west, just for you to practice and yeah, just for you to practice. So let's come to exercise 3. And inside here, we have sales rep with their sales for each of the quota and then the total gotten for them. So a summation of all this give them the total. And then for that whole year, they have a target of 160,000 each. But you notice that some of them are not making up to that 160,000, which is why the organization just wants to have a conditional formatting icon that can be set in front of their numbers to say, okay, we are angry at you, or we are happy at you, things like that. It's just using this to, the first thing is just to calculate the difference first and subtracting this from the targets, ensuring that we fix the targets using our function F4, right? Because if you don't fix it, you will notice that it will be giving us some funny numbers here. Yeah. So let's just drop it down. Yeah. So you notice that in Excel generally, they are having a negative sign, right? It will put it in a bracket if it's an accounting style. So we should always know that, so that when you see a bracket, you won't be surprised that what is this? So let's pick all these. And then we want to have an icon set in here. So icon sets, I can select any of the icon sets I wish to have. The directional, you have shapes, you have indicators, you have ratings, depending on which you would like to see. See, as you're just hovering on it, it's showing this for us in here. So you see what it's doing, you see. So let me just pick this directional, and you can also edit. You notice that 20,000 is an increment. This person actually has increased by 20,000, but it's just showing what's it called? Like a midpoint. It's just showing as a midpoint, right? but it should actually be greater than, the arrow should actually go up. So you can use your manage rules, right, to edit that. So you can come to edit and change this to number, change this to number, and then when value is greater than, it should be greater than alone green. When it is this, so when it is equal to 0, then it should give us this midpoint icon. And then when it is lesser than 0, that is negative, then give me a negative down arrow. Then you can apply, ensure you always apply and So you see that there is no mid thing again there. Everything has changed. So if it is greater than 0, it's always showing arrow up. And then something I would also like to introduce to you is that under your manage rules, let me edit. You can actually show icon alone, right? You can show icon alone depending on what you want. And you can also leave it as both icon and number. So if I show only icon and apply, you see that I'm not having the value again. It's just showing me the value, the icon set, and that is it, right? So for this, let me change. There is a formula that is applied here, like a custom formatting that was done here. Okay, let me just show you how this was done. Let's try to minus again. Subtract it from targets, ensuring that we fix this target function F4. I'll change let's clear the rule from selected. Yeah. Okay, so what was done here to get this angry face and the likes is to come to our formatting, our number formatting, right? You can click here and then go to more number formats, right? And under your custom, you see custom, special, text, and the likes. But we're interested in this custom because you have to customize it and say, okay, weight is lesser than, or weight is negative. I want it to be red. Weight is positive. I want it to be green. So you can type in here. This point is where you can type in and write your own format, how you want it to be, like just like number format or probably sales format. So in here, you can just type, put the color that you want. Green, I want green for positive, right? For if you're doing good, that is if it's greater than 0. Yeah. So I want it as green, and then my image, I want a good image, right? So we'll use this Microsoft icon on our keyboard with dots, then to open up your emojis. And then we can use, happy face. Let's type in happy. You see a lot of happy. Let's use happy face. Yeah. So when we are done with that, the second one is angry face. So if it is angry face, we use this semicolon to separate, right? To separate it. And then you put your red in square brackets, and then your icon now, our icon, we also try to get in our icon, our emoji, and let's look for, this is angry face, like your target, you're not making up to your target. Yeah, let's click on this angry face, and yeah, that is it. Then we also have the third one. You can also put third one, like probably the person is just neutral. It's just doing on the range like 160,000 shikina. That's what the person is doing. So you can just also put maybe blue or any color you feel like. So, and then we put this inside our icon. There's our emoji rather. Let's just put in between expressionless face. Okay, there you just stay. Yeah, you've done well. And not exceptional, things like that. Then with that, then you okay. Okay, so I have it already here. Yeah, yes. Okay. So when we okay this, you see that it changes the number from that number that you're already having before. And this is an angry face, like, oh no, you're not doing up to your targets. Then green is a smiley face. Yeah, that's good. You're doing well. Let me try to change 1 to 160,000. You see that a blue, just like a neutral. Yeah, you just stay. Yeah, you've done well. You've achieved your target, but not exceptional. But you see that all those green that are higher than 160,000 is showing the happy face. So let's move to exercise 4, and which will be the last one for this session. Then you can now practice on your own and try to do the assignments and quiz that will follow after. So this task says use a distinct color to highlight the top 3 scores in each subject column. We have 4 subjects here. I'm just going to do 2. Then when you get the data set, you can do the remaining 2. So for each of the subjects, we want to get the top 3 scores. Top 3, that means you have to come to top or bottom rows. And you can see top 10 items have a percentage, average, depending on what you want. But based on our task, we just want the top 3 items, right? Top 3 scores. So we click top 10 and we change this from 10 to 3. Then we can put it to green field, right? And then okay. So same thing can be done for science, right? I go to top 10, then 3, I'm changing it to green 2, right? So you can see that immediately you can actually see the top 3 students for each of the subjects. Like, so for each subject, you can get the top 3 students, then the rest can be done for this English and history. So the second one says, use a red fill to highlight any grades. This is any grades, that is any of these grades. Is not specific to any subject. So any grades that is below 80, as I've said earlier, below 80 is lesser than. So we come to less than and put 80. So it highlights it in red fill, and that is it. So all the ones that are lesser than 70, 80 rather, are highlighted in red field, and easily you can detect, oh, John, what's going on in English? It's lesser than 80. Oh, Jane, your mathematics and history, rather than trying to check, which one is, that kind of thing. So the third one says, use icon sets, e.g. arrows, okay, to show whether a student grade in each subject is improving. When we say something is improving, that means you have to compare it with the previous score, right? So it says is improving, staying the same, or declining compared to a previous test. So if you add a previous test column, so I already have a table in here that shows a previous score for each of the subjects, right? So you have mathematics previous score, science previous score, English previous score, and that, and the present one. So this is history. This is a previous score for history, and then this is a present score. Let's try to do this. So for us to highlight, it says we should use icons, right, to see how the student is improving. So that means we have to know the difference between the present one and the previous one. So let's do just minus this, and this the deeper shade of what's it called, plus button. Let's double tap it, then you have it. So you see that this person has improved. John has improved in history. Jane did not improve in history. This person is just there. So you can actually use your icon set, right, to determine how they are doing good. And it's still the same process we did the other time. So let's use these 3 triangles, but we have to edit it. So we'll come back to manage rules, and then let's edit and say, okay, convert this back to number, this to number, because we're not dealing with percentage. Yeah. So where it is greater than 0 and where this one is equal to 0, give it number. When it is lesser than 0, give me as a drop down. That is, the student is not performing well. As I've said, you can also show icon only, Here you can also change your format. So you can use 2 color scale, 3 color scale, or data bar depending, right? So here too, you can change your styles, right? We can even use this, yeah, this, yeah, we can use this. So let's okay, and then apply. Ensure you always apply, and then before okay. So you notice that if your previous score is the same thing as present score, it's just there, yeah. Yeah, you're doing fine. You're still okay, but you need to improve. And if it is greater, you see this from 36 to 95. Oh, wow. The person is actually doing fine. And that's a score mark. But you that move from 85 to 75, no, you need to work on that. So the last one says calculate the average grade for each student and then use conditional formatting to highlight students whose average is below whose average is above or below a certain threshold. So depending on what you want to do. Should we do below or okay, let's do above average. Above, yeah, let's do above. Above threshold, yeah, let's do above. So before that, we'll have to calculate the average first using average function, and then uh let's select the all of the score. Yeah. So let's try to see those ones that are above 80. Yeah, if you're above 80, you're actually doing fine. So we select the students because we want to highlight only the students, right? It says calculate the average grade. We've calculated the average. Then use conditional formatting to highlight students. So we are highlighting students, right? Whose average is greater, is above or below a certain threshold, but we're using above. So let's say above 80. I want to highlight students. I've selected the students and I come to conditional formatting, right? Whose average is below. So we need a formula, right? So let's select our formula and says equal to average, right? Yes, greater than 80. Hmm? But you notice that it has fixed this again. This thing, it will always fix. So we should try to avoid fixing it. Let's unlock it. So let's remove this dollar sign. Yeah, so it's not locked again. And then let's format it as green. Yeah, the person is doing fine. Yes. So let's even use fonts. Let's use deeper green. Yeah, bold. Can even put border, anyone. And then fill. I don't need fill. I think that is cool. Then let's okay. This is how it will look like. Then we okay. You see what it's doing? So David, Kelvin, and Ashley scored scored higher than 18 in total average. So easily we can detect. So conditional formatting is very, very interesting and good in helping you to see patterns in your data sets. It just helps you to quickly visualize what is going on in your data set, and quickly you can get insight from your data sets, right? Before even trying to, I want to visualize, I want to create visuals, I want to do this. No. Conditional formatting helps you to understand your data properly, helps you to get insight, helps you to detect patterns, and a lot of stuff like that. So in essence, today we've discussed about conditional formatting, the 3 types of conditional formatting that we have: value-based, formula-based, format-based, and then the different styles we have, which are these 5. Then how you can clear rules from selected cells or entire sheet or entire table, or manage rules where you can create, edit, delete, view, and change rules, conditional formatting, right? And we also talked about okay, a little bit recap of VLOOKUP, XLOOKUP, index and match, and then okay, let me quickly do a little bit of recap on this index and match, because I noticed some of you were not getting it the last time. Okay, so for match, we talked about match making a reference, like getting a position. Okay, let me clear this up. this is our lookup table. This is what we'll be looking up to get the names for each of these customer ID. So match helps you. If I type in match, it says it returns the relative position of an item in an array. So what match does is just to find a position of a value in a range of cells. It's just simple as that. You just look for the position and helps you get it. So your lookup value is what is distinct to that table that you're looking for, which is the customer ID. All right. And then your lookup array is in here, right? So when you select your lookup array, which is column M, right? And then your exact match, which is the third argument, which is the match type. We want the exact match to be returned. So you click that, and then you just add the position. You double tap it. You see that 1002 is in position 4, 1003 in position 5. How do you get that? This is position 1, position 2, position 3. You see, 1002 is position 4, and the likes like that. So for index now, let's type in index and see the definition. It says to return the value or reference of the cell. So after match has already helped you to get to return the exact value that you want in your range of cells. So if I select my index and then my array, my reference array, which is the return range. So that's the first argument in index. You will return range. And what is your return range? What do you want to return back? All right, is this name? So you select your name, and then your row number. So let me just pick this one because we've already detected the row number before. So if I select this row number, right, and I close the bracket, right? Let's see. Or is there any third argument? Nah. Let's close this bracket. You see. So we have Peter, Pancake, Landa, Shrey, Gisty, Drew, blah, 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 blah. So that's returned the name, but we can combine the two together in just one column rather than having match first. So just for us to avoid having numbers of columns created, can just use one column to get everything at once. So by using index first, the same process we went through, right? So we click on this, a comma, and match our lookup value is n, right? Then comma, our lookup array is a customer ID, right? And then we want the exact match, which is 0. Then we close up the bracket, close up the index bracket too. Then we have the same value, you see? We have the same value, right? So VLOOKUP is also another reference and lookup formula in Excel. So VLOOKUP can be used in place of index and match, right? So let's see what VLOOKUP is. It's also the same definition as others too. It's just in essence look up for a value, then in a table array, then return the value that you're actually looking for in the lookup table. So let's check this. This is a lookup, right? Then our table array, you select our table array, which is this, but ensuring that we lock this table array using function F4. Then column index, our column index is what? Which is column index 1. This is our table, right? Our lookup table. Then what we want to return is a second column, which is a column index 2. So we just type in our 2. And then the fourth argument is the match type, which can be approximate match or exact match, but we want the exact match. So I type in false and then close the brackets. So we have laundry name returned, pancake, and the likes. I intentionally left this 1007 customer ID there just for us to note that there is no 1007 customer ID inside this lookup table. So in essence, it will not return anything for you but error. That yes, I cannot find this ID inside this lookup table. right? And I will show you a reason why I added this when we are dealing with XLOOKUP. So let's take so VLOOKUP and match together in here. So VLOOKUP, inside here, when we use VLOOKUP alone, we didn't use match, right? And we try to search for the column index, if it is 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 like that. By using VLOOKUP and match together, it will just help you to avoid counting the number of rows, right, to return. So let's move to, yes, this lookup value, a table array. We select the table array again, ensuring we locate function F4, and then column index number, and this match, right? And this match, we pick the lookup value, but this lookup value, let's lock the bin function F4, yeah, let's lock this 3, and then lookup array. Where is our lookup array? This is our lookup array. So we also lock it. Okay. Then 0, which is a match type, exact match. We close the match function. So all these are closed. Then we need to close the VLOOKUP, but before closing it, we need the fourth argument, which is our exact match, right? And the exact match is what? False. Then we can close off the brackets. Yeah. I hope that is all. That is done. So land ratio, Van Peter KVST. So it still return the same value for us. Now let's use that XLOOKUP. XLOOKUP is basically the simplest method because it's an advanced method of index, match, VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, and lifestyle. So this is an advanced function of all the referencing lookup functions, right? So it's just simple, and I'm very sure you will even understand it much better because it's simple and avoid the use of two things inside, using index and match together or using VLOOKUP, and it's just easy to avoid all those things. So XLOOKUP, there are 3 arguments, right, that are essential, and then we have optional arguments too that you can put, but it depends on how you want it. So we have lookup value, which is what you're looking at, which is your customer ID, right? Which is the first one. Then we have the lookup array. Lookup array is this is 1002 looking at up in another table, which is still the same customer ID. You pick that. Then return array. What do I want to return? I want to return my name. So you're using this customer ID in both table to check and then return this customer name, right? When you are done with that, you have the fourth argument, which is optional, but I prefer to type in something there. But if you don't want anything, you can just use blank like that and then close up the bracket. So this one will just help you to return nothing, right? Rather than returning error like this. So if I don't put anything here, to just return error like this for me. Let's see. Okay. Can you see? So it returns the same error as other reference and lookup functions. But because I do not want that, I can actually make it blank. So if I double tap it, you see that it will return blank for me. But if I want something to be in there, like I don't just want it to be blank, I want so that next time I'm opening this worksheet, I'll be able to know that, okay, this is what I've done before. This is what is going on. So I can just put not found. You see, not found, maybe not found in lookup table or something. Then I enter. So if I also double tap it, you see that it change from blank to not found. So easily you can detect, and you can also even use your conditional formatting there and say, okay, conditional formatting here it is equal to not found, right? Change this to red. So automatically it detects that this one is not found. So see how all these things are just interwoven, right? So this is what this is all about. This is what XLOOKUP is all about, which is kind of easier. So let me just add some bonus for you. Yes, yeah, bonus. So in this feed, there are duplicate records of mails, right? And I want to detect that duplicate records. Conditional formatting is the best option for you to do. Come to conditional formatting, highlight sales rules that are duplicate values. So when you click on duplicate values, it just highlights everything for you. See that? A lot of them are appearing twice, which is not normal. But now, your stakeholder said they just want a distinct thing for you, a distinct, a unique mail from all these things. How do you get that? Rather than trying to, type and blah, 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 then come back and say, okay, Darren, blah, 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 blah. Then, try to check again. Hope that kind of stress. Unique function will help us. So let's type in unique function. Unique function will help you to detect and say, okay, I'm picking all my array, closing the bracket. See, immediately just return all the unique detail on that column. It returns it for you. And you can see the count is now what? 30 compared to previous one that is what? 87. Because if you remove this email, that's 87. So it's very important for us to know how to use our functions, when to use it and when not to use this. All right. So all those things are very, very important. And the next thing is rule number. So see that some people, when they just want to give a reference number or rule number to a range of data, they type in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the likes. Oh, it's a waste of time. What if we are having a million rules? How would you do that? So the best is to use this dynamic array, which is rule, right? And then you type, you open brackets. I want it to start from 1, and then I want it to increase by 1. Do you get that? So you start by 1, you start with 1, then increments by 1. So it add 1, 1, 1, 1 to everything you're doing. And then you close up the brackets. That is it. So when you double tap this plus, you see, automatically it returns 1, 2, 3, blah, 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 blah. It returns everything for us immediately. So those are, okay, let me return it back. Those are the little things I will discuss on for both conditional formatting and the lookup functions. So I hope you understand, and it will help you. You'll be able to practice and learn and get more open. As you practice every time, you just get used to it, and then it becomes a part of you actually. So thank you. I appreciate. Bye.